My chat's going crazy.
Oh,
Wait.
Whoa, Dakota!
Oh my god! Holy shit!
Huh?
Holy shit!
Wait, Captain Coda?
No way!
What the fuck, Captain Coda? Our cousin from across the pond?
All teams back.
What?
Oh my god! I'm so
Triple
happy.
H!
Holy my god! I'm so
Triple
happy.
H!
God!
Bro, Raw is stacked now. What the fuck?
Oh my
I
god!
just
I'm so
know
happy.
Blood did a backflip just then.
Is that 2 drinks?
That's
Two
two.
down?
That's 2 downs. I think a little bit left this one. So this one will go.
Yeah, no,
Pretty
coming out.
gangster, guys.
What the
Oh
fuck?
my god!
Captain Coda, bro. Let's go.
I thought she got released or something.
She
didn't
did.
You did?
But Triple H is head of creative. He brought it back.
Vegan Knox, imagine.
Hang on.
Someone else.
Hang on.
Oh,
Hang on.
my
Whoa!
God, dude!
What the fuck is happening?
What are you
Oh,
doing?
nah, remember,
Oh.
man. Shawn Ross
Triple
Sapp is going
H!
back to Japan next month. Remember?
Huh? I love this
Sure,
theme, bro.
that's
That's kind of cool, guys.
Wait, you know what this is setting for? Sasha and Naomi are going to return tomorrow night to save Bianca. This is what our... Let me rephrase this. This is my 4th time doing these. This is your 3rd time doing these because I was too apart.
Yeah, you're fed.
I was too apart from my foundation to actually talk about anything. So,
Yeah.
a shout out to the Part Foundation. What a time. Frog was going to be in it, and then he left the day before we were going to record anything because he was smarter than all of us.
Ah, lucky me.
Frog, I didn't know
Bunch of
this.
shoes full of them,
I didn't
mate.
know this at the time. It just at the time, Frog's like, "Oh, I can't record because I'm busy." And then the next,
busy and-
like literally a year goes by. I'm now close friends with Frog, and in VC like a month ago, he's like, I just didn't want to record with you, so I thought you was a fuckwit. So I'm like, cool, dude. Thanks, bro.
I wouldn't say it like that, but
No, it was pretty close to that.
I don't know, it was pretty close, but I just didn't want to do it. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
look.
just had second chances the day you guys recorded. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if
You
it's
just
for me.
no, you didn't know what you wanted to have as your fucking SmackDown intro, mate.
Oh,
Have a little frog man in like a mask up the top left and says likes noodle sandwiches underneath his head or some shit.
Once Uber's a
Yeah,
$75
okay,
burger.
It's a good fucking burger too. So
Fucking 75.
I still have that photo, so I'll put it up on screen below me, like now.
Wait, do you actually
Yeah,
have
I have both. When one retook the photo of the fillets, and then one retook the photo of all the burger. It's like that big.
holy
Jesus
shit!
Fuck. I found it the other
Hell
night
yeah,
actually.
dude.
I was like, fuck, what are the odds? But yeah, so
Yeah.
this is now our 4th. We'll just round it up. This is our 4th time doing this. We had mid-card podcast, which never even got off the ground really. We did hot takes for a fair amount of time. Then we just kind of lost passion because we all went different ways with our content. But now we're all big Twitch part. Oh wait.
All right, fucking you dickhead. Listen, all right, listen.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was
You're not
toxic.
fucking no. You're not fucking sorry. You just had to
You
get
know
a
what?
pop in. I hate you. Nah,
It's
nah.
okay. We're all next makers now, mate. It's fine.
Yeah,
Wait,
true.
yay!
Yeah. Round of applause, Jordan.
Yeah,
Round of applause,
baby.
Jordan.
Yeah, baby.
He's in the next maker server now until we
No,
find
I'm
out.
successful in something. How good?
Until we find out about that TikTok.
Hey, listen.
Heel Jordan. What?
No, no. Oh, whoa.
Oh.
Hey, alleged. All right.
Oh, I stopped that. You're innocent until proven guilty, right?
Whoa.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it goes. So for anyone that is watching this, that's brand new watching this, they'll understand that first of all, Frog, he's this way, he's that way, he's this way. Frog has a head. He used to be censored.
Hello.
Now he's got a
I'm
head.
the one.
He's actually, and we always do watch alongs. All the links in the description down below. I think they're still there. This channel lay dormant for a while. We had some plans for it. We made some videos. Then we dipped. We came. We gone. We're back. Is that what it says in our Twitter bio?
We just weren't ready. I think we just like pre-came it a bit too early. Like we had an idea and we got busy, and then stuff happened, and then drops happened, and then 2K stuff happened, and it just kind of like backseated for a bit.
Yeah, legit.
So-
And then we all like established a pretty decent community, a shared community and our own communities, because obviously we have very similar viewers and all that kind of stuff. And
Yeah.
we just one morning I was like, damn, I really miss talking about wrestling. And I was like properly, because I do it on stream and we all do it on stream. But I'm like, I miss talking about it properly to an audience. And then I joined Frog in stream and I was like, Frog, we should bring back the podcast. And Frog was like, okay, we can do it. And then you joined Jordan. And I was
Yeah,
like, Jordan, we
easy.
should do the podcast. And you were like, okay, we can do it. It was the easiest inception ever. Usually it's like, okay, we got to plan this and plan that and plan this, but it was all just like, we should just do this. So here we are.
I think it was just like hard last time because there was like 5 of us, Like it's easier, but it's weirder with less people because like we're all friends. So doing it without the others kind of feels weird to do, but it also feels like easier to do because there's less people talking over each other.
Yeah, anyone that watches the clips, that'll be somewhere late in this podcast. I don't know, either end or start. I'm not sure. You'll see a lot of clips from the channel yesterday where we did the watch along. Like Chance got us to be. They're all in call with us. They're not a part of Dropkickz. They'll just be around for like future watch alongs and all that kind of stuff because they are still our friends. But Dropkickz is officially us three, as the intro video says.
Hell yeah. I'm a part of something cool.
Good old. Hey, I'm Jordan SC. I still love that intro.
No, we're not fucking. No, we're not doing
4
that.
days a week. Just kidding.
Bro, I'm just letting you know that
once a month.
it's still
Alright,
on
fine.
the channel and it's never leaving the channel. So
What do you wait? I have the logins. Yeah,
well,
alright.
I have the
We'll be
video,
Change
so
the password.
I'll just re-upload.
Don't change the password. The password's beautiful.
That's a good segue, by the way. Speaking of pre-shows, when are they ever going to put matches back on pre-shows? It's true though, right? It's true.
Don't get me wrong. I'm
when are they gonna
actually
do it?
glad there is no pre-shows. Like, I understand the pre-shows there to hype up the stuff and hype up the show, and I'm glad there's no matches on it.
Mhm.
I really enjoy that there's no matches on it because I can sleep in.
Yeah, look, I
That's
think
the only
it's
reason why.
I think it's more beneficial in that regard too. For like, we go live, Frog, and we sit there for an hour watching the pre-show. Like, this fucking sucks. And usually the matches are like when Big E was not great. It's like Big E versus fucking some filler, and it's like I don't care about this. But now they have 73,000 matches on one show, so I don't know. I don't know what I prefer, but I mean, we haven't had a pre-show match since, I'm not sure. If you know, comment down below and let us know, because that's an interesting little piece of trivia. I don't remember the last pre-show match. Maybe Saudi Arabia show. I'm not sure.
Oh, fuck.
In some... There you go. You're right.
No, I was gonna say,
look at this.
Oh no, we're talking over each other.
We're not talking over people, and look at us right now.
Oh,
Fuck, we're useless.
yeah, but my voice is more important. No, I was gonna say like pre-shows were just like pre-shows now are kind of just like you see promos and then you see that same promo later on and then you'll see the same promo at least like 5 fucking times for one match and then they move on and they go, oh, who do you think is going to win? And it's like, well, fuck, cunt, you scripted the shit. So it's this whole thing is just pointless.
It goes.
Like, I'm sick of seeing the same promo. They show it in the pre-show, then they show it during the pay-per-view, and then they show it before the match. It's like,
Yeah,
I've lost.
You get like
interest.
3 installments of that same pay-per-view if you watch the pre-show, and then you get like the pre-show panel, which is like if you like Booker T, JBL, Pete Rosenberg, like all them motherfuckers, then awesome. But 9 times out of 10, they just sit there and it's like, JBL, who do you think's gonna win? And he's like, Roman, but it could be Brock. And then it's like, what?
It could be.
You've not helped us at all for our predictions, like, do we really give a fuck about this? But the best part about pre-shows used to be Charlie Caruso. She's been given the axe. She's gone. Now it's Kayla. Not a big Kayla fan. Shout out to Kayla, but not a big Kayla fan. So no point watching. I'll be live up until the show starts and we all sleep in and or go get breakfast pies, Jordan.
That's the thing for pre-shows. It's just a timer to tell you, like, hey, SummerSlam starts in an hour, or hey, Cardiff starts in an hour. So I'm kind of glad there's no matches on that show for that exact reason. Because, like, if you're streaming, it gives you that 1 hour to mingle with chat, ask them what they think's going to happen, do your own thing. So I prefer there being no matches.
It's like, you're right. It's like it's almost like a stopwatch. Like, you just have it on your other monitor and you see like 15 minutes till SummerSlam starts. Okay, that's when I start setting up cameras and all that kind of stuff for the overlays. Like, other than that, I can just fucking, exactly get breakfast like Frog did the other morning. As SummerSlam starting, it's smart. Speaking of SummerSlam, first show run by Triple H, or first show under Triple H. I wouldn't say run by because obviously creative measures were still in place when Vince left. He only left a week ago, so I imagine they still had some of the outcome of SummerSlam done. But I think they said in a report, might have been by Sean Ross Sapp, that the pacing of the show was all changed by Triple H because like all the matches were supposed to go on different times. I think the only thing solidified was the main event, obviously Roman and Brock. So Triple H comes out, throws the match card together. It's pretty well paced. We'll get into the matches, of course. The only thing I think, and once again we'll get into this, there's one match that doesn't stand out. We all agreed on at the time. Myself and Frog were very drunk at the time too, so that probably didn't help. but that SmackDown Women's Championship match was something else. Liv looked great, but then in terms of wrestling, looked horrible. So we'll get into that, but that match was not paced very well. But the opener was Becky and Bianca. We opened the show with the Raw Women's Championship. Not a bad match. I can't say it was a great match. Out of all the matches they've had, it wasn't their best one. I still think Mania shits on it. I mean,
Mania was way better than that match.
you're the Becky stan here. You're the one that can give us the rundown of her great matches with Bianca. But we've had this for how long? Mania was what, 4 months ago? 5 months ago? 4 months ago. Yeah, so like 4 months of the same Becky Bianca rehash, and then go back a year at SummerSlam. They still had Becky and Bianca. Like, is it done now? Oh, well, we know it is. We'll talk about that. But
it's
like,
pretty much done now because we saw the outcome of the match. But also, this is pretty much WrestleMania SummerSlam because we still got Roman and Brock. That happened at Mania, you know?
You're right. Yeah, we did
So,
get. I mean, even what? Who did?
They're still doing the fucking shit with the tag match, like, you know.
It's
Judgment Day, like
Judgment Day is still doing their whole Edge.
they're still doing
AJ's
their
obviously
thing,
involved
so-
elsewhere. Logan and Miz is still
Yeah.
there, so that's very
legit. This is
okay.
just WrestleMania SummerSlam confirmed. There you go. You heard it here first.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it didn't. Like, certain things felt very similar to how it was, but then other things felt like completely different.
Yeah, I agree.
Like the Becky, like for me, the Becky Bianca match was probably better than the other one. I'm not going to spoil what happened afterwards, but it's weird. As good of a match as it was, like the way, like what happened after the match kind of made it better, and I don't feel like that should be the case with matches to make it a good match.
Yeah, we touched on this, and it'll segue probably to this now. But like, there's that whole argument now of like after a match is just as important as before and or during a match now. I'm not sure if that's because wrestling has changed and shaped itself in a different way, but like, thank you, Tony Khan, you fucking mark, for literally making us just be like, what's happening after the match now? Like, instead of appreciating the actual match, we're like, oh, but afterwards, like, I don't know. I kind of hate that. I do kind of agree with you, Jordan, because it's like, oh, but afterwards Bayley might come out, and while we did get Bayley, which is awesome, she's back, it took away from Becky and Bianca a little bit, like, because this is Becky's whole I'm crazy, I can't win a match kind of thing. Oh my god, I need to win, and then she didn't. So it should have been a big moment of like, oh my god, Becky didn't win, and then they shook hands, and it was like, she a face kinda. That's kind of cool. But then,
I think
then you get the big pop. So yeah, she's back to the man on Twitter. I think I saw someone retweet that, which is good. During the match, I actually I think I turned to Jordan. I'm like, I'm fucking sick of this whole whiny Becky. Her and Seth took on the same gimmick in the same spot.
Yeah.
And I know, Frog, obviously you're a huge Becky fan.
I mean,
but even you agree.
Seth, like, it can't work for everyone else, you know?
She had that whole breakdown on Raw where she was like, I can't win. I need to win. I'll do whatever it takes. Lost Money in the Bank. Lost to like Asuka and all that kind of stuff. And then eventually won her way back into the championship scene. But it felt like it was more so just to put butts in seats for this pay-per-view. It probably wasn't necessary. However, it leads to her turning face. She gets a little handshake. Cool. Maybe she's a face now. And then you get the Halo music that pops, and out walks Bayley. Looks awesome. That clip probably will just fit like straight in here or just before what I just said. You hear Frog legit lose his fucking mind as soon as the music hits. Like,
so I heard it, duh, and I'm like, fucking Bayley.
It's actually a bigger pop than what you were for Becky a year ago. Like, because Becky's music hit a year ago, and you were like, whoa, Becky. But this time for Bayley, it hit, and you were like, Bayley. Like, you fucking celebrated. So
I was excited. It's been like a whole year since she's been gone, bro.
Yeah, when did she tore her ACL? What? She wasn't on last SummerSlam, was she?
She hosted the Pirate Mania, right?
Yeah.
I think she did because she was out. Yeah, so it was before that.
So a little bit before that, yeah.
Fucking hell, she's been off like nearly 2 years. Jesus. Someone tell us the official dates. I'm sure you guys all know these dates. You're absolute geniuses.
This is where we need chance.
Yeah, right. This is where we need chance to be like, oh, she's gone on this date exactly at this time. But she did her ACL. She's been cleared for a while. They pitched this gimmick she's working now, and Vince denied it. Didn't want it. Vince gets the flick. Hunter comes up and immediately goes, yeah, why wouldn't we? It's Bayley. Bayley sells merchandise. We know this. Especially given the fact that maybe they're trying to lure back Sasha and not Bianca, Sasha and Naomi, because what do you do? Like, Raw Women's Division stacked. SmackDown needs some help. Sasha and Naomi were part of SmackDown. Like, what are you gonna do? So Bayley walks out by herself. We're all like, okay, and then she stops and waits for a minute. She's like, huh? And then another music hits, another theme hits, and I don't recognize it at first, but I recognize the Titantron, and I hear Jordan, and I hear Chance, and I hear Frog, and everyone like kind of going like, whoa, and I'm like, what the fuck? I think I was like 1 or 2 seconds delayed at this point. I'm like, what the fuck happened? And then it zooms in, and Captain Dakota Kai, is walking down the fucking entrance ramp, who she just got released. How long? Like 3 weeks, 4 weeks ago.
Released in May 1st,
and literally is back. Like, in a WWE ring.
May 1st.
She got called up. She did main events and house shows. Got sent. Shotzi and Aaliyah got like the position. They stayed. We were all kind of upset about it because obviously we all like Dakota Kai a lot here.
We're big Dakota Kai fans, dude. And
she gets sent away, and we're like, well, that kind of sucks. But I guess Triple H is like, nope, that's not happening. We need you back because you are talented. And then she's straight back. into like a main title feud as well. Like I think they're calling Control. They're called Control or something. This little group they have. But yeah, Dakota walks out. We're fucking
with
Raw
that,
yelling.
I do want to say with the returns, I think Dakota Kai is the first wrestler in a long time to keep the actual NXT name.
Yes, because obviously there's
Like
another
the
part
whole
coming
name.
up. Yeah, I think you're Raw.
Yeah,
Maybe
we can bring it up in a second as well with the next debut, but
I think maybe Damian Priest was the only other one because he's still Damian Priest, right?
but that would have been in God knows how long.
That was a long time
since
ago, yeah.
the change, yeah. So
Yeah.
Because everyone else that comes up usually gets that name shortened or changed in some
shortened or
aspect.
changed, yeah. I guess Aaliyah as well, maybe, but
Oh yeah, okay, I guess Aaliyah. I mean, she already had one name though. How do you change it? You know, it's kind of hard.
yeah,
But
could call her Sunshine or something. Who knows?
oh fucking, not with the way she wrestles. Her match with Shotzi on SmackDown sucked, by the way. Just putting that out there.
I didn't watch.
We then get the music stop again. They're standing there. Excuse me, 2-on-2. I'm like, okay, 2-on-2, maybe we can see how this goes. And then music hits again, and it's Io Shirai. It's legitimately everyone knows Io Shirai's music hit. It's one of the best themes in NXT or was in NXT. Poppy, I think, wrote the song, so shout outs.
Yeah.
It hits, and the fucking crowd, the roof is coming off this place. There's no roof on it, but the roof comes off this place.
Yeah, that's why there's no roof on the place, mate.
Exactly. And she walks out. She looks good as well. Obviously, she got those rumors of being released and then going back to NJP dub and all that kind of shit for a while because she just wasn't being used. She dropped I think it may have been the tag titles or even the main title on NXT and then didn't get involved with 2.0 at all. So it was like, what's she doing? So she debuts as well. Comes out with Dakota and Bailey. Bailey puts her arm around them both, and she's like, "Fuck yeah, this is my team." They're called Control. We now know that on Twitter. They're called Control.
Okay, Control.
But
Interesting name.
as Frog said, the interesting point to note: Corey Graves says, "Oh, Io Shirai's here." 30 seconds later, Byron Saxton, Io Sky. We're all like, "Did he fuck her name up, Io Sky?" And then they kept saying it. Officially, confirmation. I don't know who put this out there, but confirmation. It's IYO Sky. So like Io Sky.
It's SKYE as well.
Yeah, so like it's. I mean, I don't know why she had Io Shirai Titantron, and then they called her Shirai at first, and then maybe they got the fiddler in the ear from Triple H saying, "No, Io Sky is what we're going with." But I kind of like it. She was the genius of the Sky. That was her gimmick in NXT, so like it makes sense. But
it's still a play on her actual name as well, so I like it. I'm a big fan of that name. It's fine for me.
I'm very interested to see what's going to happen now, right? Because as you get this whole confrontation in the ring, you get Becky come back in the ring and stand next to Bianca, and literally they zoom in on her face. Not sure if they meant to. It's obviously TV 14 for this event, and she says, "Let's fucking go." She's like, "You want to fucking go?" And you see her say it, like the camera's hard cams on her. So like, cool, a cool little thing I guess they did there. Immediately we're all like, "Triple H, we love you," because of everything that's just happened in the first 40 minutes of the show.
Yeah.
They face off, and I'm sitting here like a little fucking idiot being like, it's got to be Sasha or Charlotte. It has to be one of these two. Like, it just doesn't make sense. And then Bailey grabs him and just walks out the ring. So, like, Raw, we're going to have that third person. Now, people think it's Asuka. Would make sense. But I don't want that. I'm not going to lie. Everyone knows by now, I do not like Asuka. I think she's okay in the ring. She just bores me. She's just not entertaining. So, while Jordan talks to his missus and I become Jordan SC for this, Frog stays where he is somehow. I don't know how that works, but I become Jordan SC for this. I'm not a huge Asuka guy. So with Asuka being in this trio feud, like what? I don't want that. I want to see like I'm trying to think of a name. Give me like Indy Hartwell. Like you know what I'm saying?
Bro,
like,
give Indy that big call up. That'd be hard, dude.
Give me like Indy or give me someone from NXT 2.0 that needs a call up.
Sign Candice LeRae.
Now that, don't you get me started. Candice was there for Nashville for StarCast. Like, she was in Tennessee. She looks great. Looks $1 million. If they bring Candice back, you can assume Johnny's probably going to be just after her. So,
100%, yeah.
if we get Candice's theme hit tomorrow night on Raw, which will be live for, links all in the description. Please come over and check it out. I'll yell, shit, scream, piss. I'll do all of the above. I'll turn off my camera, ejaculate into my hand, and turn it back on. There you go. And then I'll high five Jordan.
Smack me in the face.
But still, as I said, it's very interesting. They had the 3-on-2 aspect. It's likely, I think it may have been Jordan that said Clash at the Castle in Cardiff is going to be like a 3v3. They won't actually do a women's title match. They'll just do the heel tag versus the face tag. Might have been B. Shout outs if it was B.
I think it was B, yeah.
But it might happen because we have 5 weeks until that pay-per-view. So, I mean, you could always just do Bianca versus Bailey, but I think it's too early for Bailey to win just yet. but it's also too early for her to lose. Like, she's just come back. She's about to be the champion at Mania. We assume she's probably going to lead into Mania as champion, have a face win the Rumble. So we're projecting, though. We'll get to that in other podcasts. Good match. It was a solid match. The ending overshadowed it, as Jordan said. It really just... The ending just shit on the match. And that's unfortunate because they had that one spot, which, like, the KOD on the barricade, and she countered it into whatever the fuck happened. I thought...
There was also a nice Spanish fly as well that happened too, so...
Yeah, I genuinely, this sounds horrible, but I do not remember much of the match because of the end of it, which is then leads us to be like...
Yeah, because,
you know,
the rest was just a blur, dude.
Yeah, so I do want to know, we're going to ask you guys, chat, viewers, community, whatever you want to call yourselves, Dropkickz, down below, comment if you agree with what Jordan has brought up here, that wrestling is being devalued by the end of matches, because we're all sitting there being like, oh, here comes Adam Cole, here comes Bryan Danielson, like, here comes Penta, like, we're all sitting there like, oh, something has to happen at the very end. If you agree with that, put a W in the chat down below. If you don't agree, put an L and write Lorden. Oh, he's going to hate me for that.
Oh, you motherfucker.
either Warden or Lorden. There you go. That's how it works.
Oh, I hate that. No, it's just like wrestling is like, it's cool to have surprises and shit all the time, but like not all the time, you know, maybe like a pay-per-view you had like the beginning, you know, the first match, sure. But then like, I guess because we're used to having them like every fucking match in AEW, the rest of the show we're like, oh, when's Gargano coming out?
Yeah.
When's Candace coming out?
Yeah,
Because
we work ourselves.
A surprise. Yeah, it's like, oh no, that's not good enough. We need more. And then we start like buying into rumors, and then leaks come out, and then it's just like, oh, he's in Nashville, and now all of a sudden you start working yourself.
It is important to say though, no leaks at all about Io and Dakota. I don't know how.
Yeah.
Like nothing.
So good. And you realize
Bailey,
how much more genuine our reactions are when it happens.
Bailey, we assumed, right? Because we're all wrestling fans, and we knew she's been cleared for a while.
Bailey every single week, bro.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Bailey,
Like not after Mania, we were like Bailey, but Bailey. Io and Dakota, no fucking clue that was going to happen. So shout outs Triple H, good job. That was fucking outstanding. Good opener. It goes into what I think was actually probably match of the night. Logan Paul and The Miz. This match it's Logan Paul, right? So I'm gonna throw that Spider-Man meme in here. It's like, this is something else, because like it's Logan Paul. You don't expect Logan Paul to put on a match like that. And Miz is a great worker. We all know this is why Jordan loves him. But it's Logan Paul. He's a celebrity. Like Bad Bunny had a good match. It was good for certain aspects. It was a tag match. It was made to look good. Logan Paul legit went out there, put on like a fucking 5-star classic, hit some crazy ass spot from the fucking turnbuckle as well onto an announce table. Miz had the fucking gear of the night too, with the pink and green. And Maurice was also double cheeked up, so we like that. And even Ciampa and AJ got spots in this match too. So like all these cool things happened in this match. Logan goes over, which we expected. He doesn't have his own moveset yet, which Jordan pointed out too. He just plays two games whenever he wants.
Yeah, it's a fucking creative moveset, dude. But it's like, that's his second match like ever, right? And we're saying like it's match of the night, but it's match number 2 of his fucking entire career. But he was trained by AJ, right?
Yes,
I think someone was saying he was trained by Styles.
Gregory Helms, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Helms and Styles. That's an important person to learn from. You can't get better.
Yeah.
AJ's so fucking good.
100%.
Yeah, that's the Jade Cargill.
Yeah. Oh, fucking.
Hold on.
How long she been training with fucking Bryan Danielson for? Jeez. Feels bad.
Anyways.
The only question I have for this to lead into some topic for us to talk about, because you know it's
yeah, I want to talk about something here as well. So
I have one question, and that is: does Logan now work full time, or does he just work a Legends contract of 4 matches a year? Saudi, Mania, Survivor Series, Rumble, like that kind of stuff, or is he going to work full time?
I want that man to work full time. He is a phenomenal athlete. I think I know when he was in high school, he was doing like proper wrestling, not like WWE wrestling, but you know the
collegiate
physical
wrestling.
Olympic wrestling. Yeah. So he was doing that for a while, you know, and he's always been a top athlete. You know, even when he was doing boxing, he was always, you know, top of the fucking class. So I think he should take this on full time. He is incredible. And there's just so much more potential that I think we can get out of him as well. So
they fucking signed for 14 million. Like
he's signed for 14 mil?
Bro, like if you get 14 mil signing someone like that for 2 years or whatever it is, like, or I think it was 4 years actually. If he signs for that much, how does he only work 4 matches a year? You have to have him like 6, 7, 8, 9, the whole fucking show. Like just have him on everything, you know, like. That's a lot. He has a huge social media presence too, so it's just good for the company.
Flies all over the trucks as well. So,
like for him to walk out and suddenly hold up Prime and then say, "Oh shit, I'm wrestling tonight and I'm hydrated because of Prime." Shouts out his own drink. also then works all of his viewers that are like, wait, Logan Paul's in WWE? What? No, /WWE.com. Like, you know, they're going to go there and see what's happening. So KSI retweeted him too. So there's immediate clout. Like,
Yeah.
it's insane. It's good for both business ends. And I don't want to hear any more flame because he put on a fucking banger match and people are like, he's still Logan Paul. He's not that good at what he does. Like, shut up. All right.
He's probably one of the best. Like, it's weird to say like celebrity wrestlers because he's not. Like, he's contracted now. Like, he started as a celebrity wrestler. You know, it's like they did it with Bad Bunny, like you said before. Tag matches, start them off and see how they go. Put them with another wrestler so they can work. Next match he does, SummerSlam, probably like one of the biggest 3 pay-per-views they've got. Put him in a solo match of the night, fucking kills it. And like even like certain moves, like what did he do? I think he like flipped Miz over or some shit like that. But the way he did it looks like fucking professional. Like he's been doing it for years.
He did a tope too, right? Or like a moonsault from the
like a moonsault from the apron,
like an acai moonsault from the apron, and it was pitch perfect. He didn't even fucking land on his feet. He landed like straight on his sternum, but like he hit it perfectly, like insane for a second match ever in the company, and second match on the second biggest stage, and his first match on the first, like the WrestleMania, like pretty insane. The guy's kind of cut out for this, so happily. We'll watch more Logan Paul stuff. The segments are still a bit cringe, but that's just because I think he's still working his own character. I don't think he knows he wants to be face or heel yet. So, but he did get cheered at the end of the night, which is nice. I like that.
I like to see that. I don't want anyone else booing him anymore.
Yeah.
Dude, for that man, he's the best, dude.
Yeah, his brother's something else. But Logan, shout out to Logan.
Let's get into that.
Yeah, shout out to
So
Logan.
one thing I noticed of Logan during his entrance, he didn't have the card around his neck. Now, I'm going to assume this is due to, I guess, copyright reasons with Pokemon. And, you know, then Pokemon want to write because they're showing their image, you know. But I had an idea because I know Logan Paul does something with NFTs where he goes around the world and takes pictures and has all these meanings behind it, right? So I reckon for now on during his entrances, he needs to bring back the card, but maybe have like his greatest wrestling moment around his neck, and then maybe just give it to someone in the fan, like in the crowd or something.
That'd be fucking cool.
Start like their own collector's item.
It'd be like
Miz as well,
like the Ray mask. How Ray like take his mask off, give it to a kid in the crowd. Yeah, that'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah, use that with the card or something. That'll be a collectible because also that would make a lot of money too. So
100%. I'm fucking getting front row.
You know? Yeah, right.
Logan's gonna walk past. Like, give me your fucking card. gives it to some kid. I just fucking pick the kid up and hit him with a spine buster and take the fucking thing and run out.
Hell, yeah, right.
Yeah, well, we're demonetized now because that's violence. But yeah,
wrestling in general was violence. So
I agree. I think that's actually a good shout. I did notice. Yeah, he didn't have the Pikachu card. He got a lot of flame for that at WrestleMania, so makes sense, I guess. But he's in 2K22 with his own My Faction card. So
My Faction card.
I don't know what they plan on doing. I don't know if they're actually just going to be like, no, you're not going to have the card at all anymore. Get another necklace or something. But I mean,
that's what I reckon. If they swap it out for his greatest wrestling moments, you know, maybe one of him doing the frog splash, maybe one of him doing the fucking Eddie Guerrero shimmy at Mania, or his entrance first attire. Like, there's a lot of cards he could do.
100%.
I think maybe like the reason he didn't have it is because he was a heel. Then, like, it's pretty dickish to say, look, I've got a 1-of-1 card. This is worth more than your fucking house. Around my neck. Like that's kind of dickish, right? So I think like that's why he stopped doing it, because if he wants to be a face, he probably shouldn't be like, hey, I'm a face Chimmy, but by the way, and then show you like $1 million necklace. I think it's kind of like sending mixed messages there.
I mean, even if he wants to sell these on the WWE shop or even on his own like website, he could have 500 of them being made, right? And then the one that he has around his neck is the first one. So you could go to that show and pray that you get that number one. You know?
Yeah, it could be like the 1-of-1, and then the rest are just replica kind of things.
All online, like replicas. So
I mean, hey, WWE, hire this man. This man just gave you a complete marketing strategy, and you're gonna make millions of it because everyone collects cards. Like, fuck, look at us. We are all supercard streamers. We all play fucking supercard. We all collect cards. We all spend stupid amounts of money on that. So that's a good idea, Frog. That's a fucking genius idea. What the hell? This man said before we started recording, I have one thing to talk about, and that's only the Logan Paul match. Everything else I'm just gonna spitball. I'm like, that's fine, that's okay. I'll lead into conversation, and then it's the best idea he's had in 7 months. So nice.
Oh, thank you. Well, thanks, mate.
It's fucking Jordan's over here like 7 months. I don't know, bro. What the fuck? Let us just remind everyone that Jordan poured Pepsi on his head. He doesn't count.
Thanks for $150, nerds.
That was the best money I ever spent in my life.
Best money.
Best money. This is the shit you're missing out on if you're not in the live stream. So make sure you follow all the channels and check us all out. Bobby Lashley. This match, a little weird. Theory just on the card to get on the card. I think shout outs Chance sense. He doesn't sense. Chance says this is just the Seth Rollins Randy Orton thing where Seth lost to Randy, then cashed in and won the greatest heist of the century, all that kind of stuff. This match was kind of just
No.
it was kind of just something, you know, like it was just Theory and Lashley. There was nothing really that great about it. It was a little bit of storytelling. It was a quick match. Pretty much ends with Theory just being, he goes for his little roll through the ring. He gets popped up into a military press, drop down into the master lock or hurt lock, taps out immediately. So
I also want to say the difference between Seth and Randy is they actually had a fucking phenomenal spot.
Yeah, and a good match.
Yeah, Theory, Lashley.
Yeah,
no.
This had to just be because they had nothing to do with like maybe they wanted to head for Theory and Cena at SummerSlam like they originally planned for the US belt, but Cena's got obligations with Peacemaker or whatever the fuck it is, so Lashes just takes the belt. Probably better to have it on a face, considering the main titles are on a heel. Like, it just makes sense. I mean, it was what it was. There's not really much to talk about. I still think we'll get to this when we get to the main event, but I still think Theory's probably going to be an asshole and try and cash in Cardiff because that'd be the bigger pop. But after we get Bobby and Theory, we get Mysterios. We get Ray and Dom against Judgment Day. The Judgment Day, sorry. Have to call them what their real name is. Hopefully that goes away now. Triple H is back. The Judgment Day. Rhea's back. She's in little shorts. Awesome. We all enjoy that.
Yeah,
Finn's got the long shorts on. Good. We don't enjoy that. Finn, get your cock out. So not a bad match. Once again, this is unfortunate. We spoke about this a little bit. We don't really remember anything from this match. And it's not because we were drunk. It's just because, like, it wasn't like what happened. Like, it wasn't outstanding, you know. Like the match was just kind of a raw tag team match. It didn't feel like it had any implications to be on a pay-per-view. Obviously, it did because you get to the end of it and fucking weird ass motherfucking Gangrel Brood music plays, but it's not actually Brood music. It's like a rock rendition. The stairs go on fire. Edge comes out in his red leather jacket with the glasses on. He's got his hair cut. He's got his beard going. What fucking version of Edge did we just get? We got like rated R superstar mixed with Brood, mixed with fucking Judgment Day Edge. Like,
I mean, they were calling him the rated R superstar in commentary, which is weird because it technically wasn't, right?
It wasn't at all. He didn't come out to Metalingus. He had the old glasses. Like, very interesting. I mean, Edge is back. That's cool. He helped Ray on his 20th close to his 20th anniversary. Obviously, Edge and Ray former tag champions. That's cool. What does he do now? Please end this shit. I'm so sick of Judgment Day and Mysterios.
I mean, it's just getting started, mate. So you fucking put your panties on, get prepared.
It is, because you're going to get Aaliyah and Rhea, like Ray's daughter. Rhea. They set the things for that on Raw, where fucking... why have you said this? Eventually, if it leads to Dom turning or whatever happens, awesome. Because then we get Ray versus Dom. We're all waiting for that. But you bring back Edge. You throw Edge in as the third man for this Mysterio stable. What the fuck? What a waste of talent. Like, you could probably put him against Theory or something, you know? You don't have to have him against fucking the Judgment Day. Like, fucking... What a wasted opportunity. They were run well by Edge, and then Edge got injured, taken off for a bit, and they just went downhill. Unlucky for Finn Balor. Kind of happens with his career. Not much to say about that one, too, other than just, I wonder where Edge goes from here. And I think... Going back into it, I guess.
It's weird, because, like, the idea I have for him with, like, the whole rated R thing, like, it doesn't really work as a face. Because, like, I think rated R superstar, like, what I was saying when we were streaming it is maybe, like, rated R, like, he just fucks people up. Like, the way, like, he came out had
fucks people.
He fucks them up. No, but, like, the way he came out of, like, the stairs and the fire and everything, and he just ran down and speared everyone. Like, if he was to just, like, get out a chair and just start smacking the shit out of people, like, I don't know, bloody some people up because it's TV 14 now.
It is, yeah.
You know, do stuff like that. That way he's not like, you know, fucking someone in the ring, but instead he's fucking up someone in the ring instead with like a chair or some shit, you know. Still the same kind of thing.
I was like, what? Like, Edge and Leader. Okay, I understand now.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
It took me a bit of time for that one.
On TV, dude.
And he did. He got the cockies out. Yeah, fucking. Yeah. What? Can we get that again? No, hang on. No. Huh?
Yeah, Gargano and Candice come out. They have a fucking celebration in the ring. How good?
Second baby.
We got excited, dude.
They have a second baby, and then Gene Snitsky returns. Kicks it. No. But no, that's a good shout, actually. You did say that when we were live, that, the rated R thing of, like, he just fucks people up. Like, he doesn't care. Yeah. He just gets fucking brass knuckles and punches them in the dick. Like, whatever. He doesn't care, you know? So, maybe not dick punches, but TV 14, we're enjoying this. Raw's actually going to be exciting because this could be right. He may not be involved in this Mysterios thing at all, and I fucking hope not, because that shit sucks. That officially marks halfway through the show, by the way. Imagine. That's halfway through the show, and not a bad match really has happened yet. That was probably the sleeper one, but it wasn't a bad one yet. We go into a blood feud, we'll call it that. We go into McAfee and Corbin. This had a really good build in terms of, like, Corbin just being the heel, like the mugshot on SmackDown, the whole kicked him in the balls the week before. just building well, I guess, for Pat McAfee to really get
What a great
his
build.
maybe second or third singles match or second singles match. We know Pat can go. He was in War Games. He had Stone Cold and Austin Theory segment at Mania. We know he can go.
Adam Cole as well. So yeah.
Yeah,
Fourth
exactly.
match.
Yeah, and he did some crazy shit in all those matches. But we know he can have a good match. We know Corbin will work just like Miz. He'll just take whatever gimmick he gets and put it over. So we know it's a good person for him to work with. Notable thing, Corbin comes out halfway down the ramp. The choir starts singing Bum Ass Corbin. And then the lights go on the choir up at the top of the stage. And Pat McAfee's paid a choir to sing Bum Ass Corbin to walk him down the ring, which I thought was good redemption for the mugshot. It's you know, they have good story together. They were roommates and all that kind of shit for the Colts. But they put on an all right match. Once again, wasn't outstanding. I don't think it was a bad match, but it just kind of gets lost in the mix of this SummerSlam's card, which is SummerSlam card, which is unfortunate. But yeah, it was all right. There was some good spots. Pat nearly died twice thanks to those Jordans he had on. He slipped on the ropes on the first time.
Yeah, on the ropes.
And then on the Swanton, or the Senton, sorry, AEW.
That said Swanton on the commentary, right?
Oh, they did? Okay, well, thank God.
I think they did.
They say
Swanton on
Codebreaker again now,
commentary.
too, so thank God.
Yeah, it was Live Smash, yeah. So.
But yeah, he went for the Swanton, nearly slipped again. But yeah, Pat ends up getting the big win, which is, you know, that's well deserved. Pat deserves that. And then walks to commentary and tells Cody Graves to suck it, which is cool. I mean, we could get Graves and McAfee at a further pay-per-view. Who knows? It'd be a good match, I think. So,
Well,
but
Graves is cleared, right?
yeah, he's been cleared since Rumble. So.
Surely
That
SmackDown
can
vs.
actually
Raw
happen,
SummerSlam
yeah.
did?
Hey, SmackDown versus Raw, but you put him in the ring, right? SmackDown versus Raw Survivor Series. Who's on NXT as commentator?
Oh, it's just Survivor Series. That's what I meant. Not SummerSlam. Fucking
Wait,
dumb.
Put Wade Barrett in
I
there.
can't see that much anymore. Shit.
Put Wade Barrett in.
Barrett,
Yeah.
Graves, and Pat
Yeah.
McAfee.
Oh, Barrett,
there you
yeah,
go.
you're
Yeah.
Oh
right.
my
Look at that.
god!
Writes itself. There's 3 brands. Writes itself.
I'd be.
Oh,
dude,
hang on. I just had
Getting
a
excited.
brain thing because Triple H is back in charge. SummerSlam Survivor Series 2019 was Triple H's baby.
Right.
Triple H
It
is back in
was.
charge. NXT
Oh,
might
yeah,
be a part of
NXT
Survivor
coming
Series
back
this year.
in. Oh, I'm erect.
I didn't even
I'm
think
so
about that
fucking erect.
until
I'm
just
super
now.
erect.
Like, huh? We could get 2.0 versus Raw versus SmackDown. Like, fucking sign me up. 2.0 better win. Gargano comes
Oh
back.
my god.
What? And John's like, Gargano.
It's weird, right? Like, if I don't think NXT should get involved, but I think there should be a faction from NXT getting involved. Like, I don't know if this is like a popular opinion or not, but I fucking loved Nexus. I kind of feel like they should have done like a little bit more with it because it kind of felt like it was made to put Cena over. But now that there is no Cena, they can just be a faction, you know? Like, you've got Barrett in NXT. The fucking leader of Nexus is already there.
That's true,
Just
actually.
need to get some people from NXT. I don't know, maybe Bron Breakker, Grayson Waller, I guess. I don't know. Like, I can't really like name people who would be in it, but it'd be cool to see it, you know.
2.0 have like a plethora of talent. If you do watch NXT 2.0, obviously, first of all, good on you because it is good wrestling. The stories are a bit cringy, but that's all right. But they have a plethora of talent. Like if you look at the women's division, like Zoe Stark, Mandy Rose, Gigi, JC. You go into
Roxanne.
fucking, I can't say EO anymore. She's gone. Roxanne, Cora, like Raquel's been called up. Like there's a lot of names that have been taken out of that pool, and there's still a lot in there. Like Nikita Lyons, Lash, what's her name? Lash fucking something.
Lash Legends or some shit.
That might be it. Yeah,
Maybe?
yeah. She's in there too. Like there is a whole bunch of talent in there.
Yeah,
Like,
so much.
It's pretty insane. And then you think about the men's division, and like that's Cameron Grimes, Bron Breakker, Carmelo Hayes, Trick Williams, Grayson Waller, Wesley. Like you could go on forever for that shit. Like there's a whole bunch that actually could have really good matches at Survivor Series. If you took what the champions are now, say Roman drops one title to Drew, and we just say it's Drew and Roman, just for the sake of for Survivor Series. Drew versus Roman versus Braun. That's just a booked match in general. Like that is, you can't tell me it's not 3 big horses just absolutely slapping the shit out of each other. You go into the women's scene, you got Mandy versus Bianca versus Liv. I'd watch it. Mandy and Liv are 2 young guns. Bianca's even younger than them, and she was the one that kind of, established herself first. So you'd watch it. We'll skip tag division because that's a bit shambolic, and the NXT tag division is good, but the Raw and SmackDown one, which we'll get to in this is a good segue. We'll get to this in a minute, is shambolic. You then go into the mid card, and that's obviously Carmelo Hayes. Who the fuck? Gunther. There you go. I nearly forgot because he hadn't defended in 422 days. And who's the US champion? Bobby Lashley. Yeah, I nearly forgot about Lashes. So I'd like to see these matches. They'd be good matches. If we ever got NXT 2.0 involved again with Survivor Series, I'm Team 2.0. Frog, your Team SmackDown. Jordan, your Team Raw.
Okay, yeah, sure.
That's how it goes. We'll do our own Survivor Series. No, we'll do our own Survivor Series, and we'll put some kind of weird shit on the line. Confirmed here. We'll do some kind of crazy bet like Pepe on the head again, Jordan.
Fuck off. No.
It's a great segue, by the way, because the tag team divisions, Usos versus Street Profits. Usos win. a little surprised. I won't lie. A little surprised. I did think maybe Profits would get the big dub finally. Usos have had the belts for like 400 days. Another good installment to the series of the tag division that is these two, because no one else that really matters. But they plant the seeds for Dawkins and Montez to kind of break up. I think Montez needs a solo run sooner rather than later before he loses the steam behind him. He started to bulk up. He's really good on the mic. The fans love him. No shitting on Dawkins because he has, he's paid his dues, but I still think he's the Genetti of that team. Not saying he's going to get released, but he maybe won't have the better run. This is a question for you, Jordan, because I have no fucking idea, and I know Frog pays no attention to the tag division, so we're going to ask you.
Right.
I'm going to put you on the spot. Usos remain undefeated, or not undefeated, but remain champions with these belts. 600 plus days is probably going to get to, right? Let's be honest. They're at 400 now, or close to that. Who beats them? Because the tag division only has 3 Profits and New Day, really. So who beats them, bro? What do you think? Ginger and Shanky? Yeah, good answer. All right, next match. No.
No, I was going to say, like, weirdly enough, maybe like it's going to be like a bit of a weird one. Maybe like Judgment Day.
Oh, okay.
Like, maybe because like Rhea causes like an interference or some shit. I don't know. But it needs to be like a face group. Like, I don't really know. I kind of feel like 9 out of 10 tag teams are heels. Like, I can't really name any face tag teams. Can't even say Profits anymore because like
they're like tweeners now. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's super weird. I mean, like they could probably make a team between now and then, but I don't know. I genuinely cannot name a face tag team right now. It's just so fucked.
Just to throw some names in the book because I got to do it because I just thought about this. AJ and Logan. Right. AJ and Logan win the belts.
No,
that's what's happening.
I mean,
Logan's getting a strap immediately.
Nah, no way.
I hope not.
Well, Logan's never going to win the main title.
Frog's call at Money in the Bank before he turned, or maybe just before that. Frog's call of AJ and Finn winning the titles, I could believe, because they were faces. But then Finn got thrown into Judgment Day immediately. So
that's why I just can't believe that Judgment Day would win the titles.
I
don't know.
They don't look like they mix.
Well, there's no if you think about it, right? SmackDown have got this rivalry now between the Viking Raiders, Viking Warriors, whatever they're called, with New Day, right? Immediately, Triple H comes in, Viking Raiders drop their new gimmick, which was the new vicious Viking Raiders. They immediately stopped calling them that, thank God, because that shit was so cringe. Now they're just back to the Viking Raiders. Still heels, dominant heels. They've just taken Woods off TV. They broke his ankle, quotation marks, on live TV on SmackDown. So New Day are out of business, not happening, unless Big E comes back, but broken neck, we'll just write him out for now. You have Viking Raiders, Street Profits, Mysterios. Which of those teams is going to take on? Like, I mean, but they're heels. Do you think like heels take the titles from the Usos? Maybe, I guess, but
I mean, Sheamus could turn into a face, right?
I could see Sheamus and
can turn him face, like Butch or something.
Sheamus and Gunther, I can see it at Cardiff because that's 2 European superstars, and UK will go crazy for that. But I mean, then you have Butch
down the line though. I don't mean next week or the week after. Like I mean, like eventually when Usos do want to drop that belt, it could be Sheamus.
If Butch and Ridge became a legit tag, I wouldn't mind it because I like Pete Dunne a lot.
They're fine.
I'm not a big fan of Ridge Holland, but I like Pete Dunne a lot. But like, I just can't see if the Profits couldn't do it 3 times in a row. Like, who beats the Usos? Like, Jesus Christ, these guys are on steroids. Like, how do you beat them? It has to be an interference. So, or another member, like a third member, like Rhea Ripley from Judgment Day. Maybe Jordan's onto something here.
What about a call up?
Could be. But who do we call up? Yeah.
Oh God, I don't even know.
Like Diamond Mine or some shit.
Ryan, yeah.
Legado del Fantasma. Yeah, okay, you could call them up. There's 3 of them. Might be a bit rough though, because what do you do with Elektra Lopez? She just loses her faction, goes to nothing.
I mean, to be fair, same thing happened with Enzo and Cass. Meanwhile, Carmella's still the only one out of that group employed.
True.
There.
Shout out to Mella. But I love Enzo, so it's all right.
There you go.
It's fine. But yeah, look, I have one little question here, and we obviously just answered it, but it is, will Triple H save this tag division? We know he's in head of creative now. There's not a lot of tag team goodness happening. If you are going to split up the Profits, you're going to lose 1 tag team there. You've just written Woods off. You've lost another tag team there. I could probably list the tag teams that are active on this hand, and that's a bad thing for wrestling at the moment. So, I don't know. Maybe call up Cousin Tony over at AEW, borrow some superstars, because they got a whole bunch of tag teams that we don't give a fuck about. So, who knows?
I mean, like, I have faith in, like, fucking Black and Gold NXT had some great tag teams, and you had Alpha Academy, fucking The Revival, you had DIY, you had so many fucking groups. AOP came from there, and they were good for a bit. Main roster, they were kind of shit.
Yeah, Vince McMahon got a hold of them.
Yeah, but like tag teams that started in NXT were great. As soon as it went to the main roster, they were fucked.
Yeah.
But as long as like they can sort of bring that like black and gold feeling to the main roster, I think that'd be good.
I
I
reckon
was
they
saying
can.
like SmackDown should be treated like Black and Gold was. Have like Raw as like the company show, like, oh, this is what we want to do, and then SmackDown's like, oh, this is what the fans like, what the fans want, and then like start, I guess, like fan booking on SmackDown, and then have NXT 2.0 as like the, oh, we need younger talents just in case if someone like, I don't know, retires or AJ decides to leave or some big names are just gone all of a sudden.
Yeah.
You've got 2.0 to bring them up.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Like, if you were to look at the active superstars now, right, have like Mandy on SmackDown, Bianca and all them still on Raw, and then have like Gigi and JC on NXT. Like, it would make more sense to kind of segregate or split the skill levels of like what they're ready for, you know? So I think it'd be smart. When SmackDown first debuted, it was just for like enhancement. They had like the Jerichos and the Eddie Guerreros and stuff like that winning over there, and then on Raw they had Rock, Austin, Triple H, Taker. Like, if you didn't get booked, you were going to be on SmackDown. So it'd be something they could do. Hopefully they're going back to 2-hour Raws too. So maybe we actually will get that. Give that extra hour to NXT and give them all 2 hours and then have 3 shows. I'd prefer that, I think. So I'm not sure about that. It's still a lot of wrestling, but I think. Speaking of a lot of wrestling, none of it happened in this match. This match sucked ass. Liv Morgan defeats Ronda Rousey by pinfall. Well, hang on. Liv Morgan taps out, but defeats Ronda Rousey by pinfall. But the ref didn't see the tap. The tap came before the 3. Ronda loses her mind, turns mega heel. Finally, she needed to, because fuck me, she sucks as a face. Turns mega heel, beats the shit out of the ref, beats the shit out of Liv, walks away. Gets upset, tweets out, you're going to stop making your Golden Girls beat me at these major pay-per-views. Like, I mean, good heel. Don't get me wrong, good heel. But Liv cashed in, nearly failed that cash in, then won the title, has had some okay leading up to it, like had some okay matches leading up to it, and then in this match just gets annihilated. Like, she got like maybe 2 or 3 moves in offensively, then she just gets annihilated and wins by a roll-up, technically. So I don't know. That's not how I want to book my SmackDown Women's Champion. That's not how Liv Morgan should have a title run, in my opinion. How do you bounce her back now to make her not be a fluke champion? What do you do?
I think Vince kind of just booked them into a corner. Because, like, when Liv cashed in, like, Ronda was all, like, face about it. Congratulations, this and that, whatever. Proud that Liv got the title. Next pay-per-view, Ronda's a heel, pissed off that she's got the title and she can't beat her. And it's like, I guess, someone who, you know, lives very underdog-ish, whereas Ronda's pretty much someone who's just made everyone fucking tap out and just beaten everyone.
Yeah.
Like, having Liv convincingly beat Ronda was never going to happen. The fact that, like, it was all booked and organized by Vince, and now Vince has nothing to do with it, and Triple H is sort of, like, staring at her like, fuck, what do I do here? I think it was just, like, the best case scenario. Make Liv win, but don't make Ronda look stupid. Hence why, like, the tap out happened with the pin, because it, you know, Ronda did the job, but she also kind of got fucked over with the win. Maybe, like, the next match at Triple Threat, which Ronda doesn't get pinned in or anything. I don't know what to do now. It's kind of weird.
The only thing I would say is, how could you get Liv to win? I guess not really clean, but how do you get her to beat Ronda? Would have been
you don't.
Maybe you could have done a call up, like, gonna be a bit of a switch here, but a call up from Gigi and JC and let them be the backing to Liv Morgan.
Yeah, all right.
Let
I can see
Liv
that.
run a faction.
It could work. Like, have Liv do the whole Ruby. And,
maybe event.
What the fuck was her name? Sarah Logan? Ruby and Sarah Logan. Like
Logan.
the Right Squad
Yeah.
2.0, essentially. Yeah. Gigi and
legit,
JC would fit that perfectly.
That's what I mean. Get them away from Mandy. Mandy could just do her own thing because she's great by herself. We all know that. But give JC and fucking Gigi to Liv, and maybe that's how you can show Liv that she is a threat.
It would definitely work. I literally have written down here, and I had to, like, I actually wrote this down, and I was like, in my own head, I'm trying to answer it. And I'm like, I just can't. It's do we get round 3 for them? You probably do, because it's a screwy finish. So round 3 happens at Cardiff in front of 60,000 fans in the UK. Yeah. How do you book Liv to win strong without?
I just said mine.
Without an interference from Toxic Attraction or Riot Squad 2.0. What do you do? Liv can't beat Ronda solo. Well, she can. No. She should, but they haven't booked it, and they're not going to book it. I don't think. So, like, what the fuck? Like, what do we do? What do they just make her roll it up again?
Fucking Natalia and fucking Shayna. So
it'll be a fucking disqualification. Ronda would just get pissed and then smack her with a chair, and that's the match.
Yeah, be a screwy finish.
Smack her
It's gonna be a fucked.
With any luck,
that's what happens when you have like an underdog champ. It's just fucking bullshit results.
With any luck, we have 5 weeks until Cardiff. Hopefully, they can turn this little circle they've been booked into with Liv being the I can be here for my mum. Turn her into being like, no, I actually am a good champion and I actually can defend this title. I think she's only got pinfall victories over Natalya since winning the belt, so that's not that impressive.
It's only a matter of time before she drops that belt anyways. I don't see her holding it for the next year or even 4 months, you know?
I think she's a transitional champion too. I think she holds it maybe until Cardiff, but I don't think Ronda wins it back. So that has to be something, maybe a 6-woman match.
Might even see a Charlotte return at Cardiff. Who knows?
Oh my God, that's actually probably how they'll do that. You're right. They'll probably have Charlotte return the next 2 weeks because Charlotte sells tickets and they wanted to go to Cardiff. And then she'll be like, I'm putting myself in this match. And then that's how Liv loses.
You can do another, no, not really Liv losing, but that's how Liv wins. We can get Charlotte and Ronda v fucking 20, so.
Yeah, fuck you, Frog. Get out. I don't want that. It's just fucking nonsense. Charlotte's titties just fall out again. Main event. We finally were at the main event. This actually hasn't been that bad. It's been like maybe 40 minutes of breakdown of SummerSlam, which is good because there's only one more thing to talk about after this.
Crazy, holy shit.
And the one more thing to talk about is Ric Flair's last match, but that's probably another 40-minute recording. Anyway, the main event, this Roman Brock number 6,222, last man standing, last ever for those two. Brock comes out with a fucking tractor. Let that be known. Gets in his little fucking tractor, boop, 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 driving down to the ring. Kind of cool. A lot of good weapon spots, a lot of good mark out moments, a lot of good drinking moments. Frog and I were obliterated because of it. Jordan sitting there sipping down his Peppy, getting, I'm high on Peppy.
Sipping down Peppy and chucking it on his head. Nice.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. You get a spot towards the end where Brock gets in his fucking tractor and hits the ring and just moves the whole ring and then picks it up, lifts it the fuck up. And Jordan's like, if he moves that ring, I swear to God, I'll mark out. 20 minutes later, he does it. And Jordan's like, what the fuck? So it did actually happen. So it went pretty crazy. Theory attempts to cash in. Usos are out there by ringside. We expected that. Theory runs down, gets fucking super kicked, gets beaten up by Roman, Brock, and the Usos really. Doesn't actually get to cash in. So just kind of a warning of 8. It might happen. Doesn't get to. Usos and Roman pretty much kill Brock. They bury him under everything in the arena. They hit him with 83,000 spears, 43,000 double super kicks. Paul Heyman went through a fucking table with an F5.
That was great, by the way.
Some crazy spots there. Brock is down for the 10 count. It's officially game over. Roman wins. Thank God.
It is weird the ref was still counting the 10 count while they're chucking shit on him.
Yeah,
so
now, if you go by logic and if you go by the WWE games, which we all play and love, the 10 count don't start when you're touching them. They have to be untouched. So if you're putting stuff on top of them, that don't count. You can't count that 10. You gotta wait and then count the 10. I think maybe, answer this down below. There's got to be a history of like some other last man standing matches where they've been buried by equipment and the ref hasn't counted until they've been buried. I don't know why he was counting so early. Maybe they're running out of time. I don't know. But he did. He was counting when he laid down. And then they started putting chairs and tables and shit on him. And he was like, 8. It's like, why are you still burying him? He's at 8. He's not getting up. Like, fucking hell. So, important to note, after Roman leaves the arena or goes backstage, Brock does get up, puts his cowboy hat on, goes up to that weird elevated turnbuckle and gets on and celebrates. Huh?
Yeah,
so,
I did see that, by the way.
Kind of wild for Brock off cam. After the show to do what he did last year essentially and be the face. I mean, last year he beat the shit out of Cena and then celebrated. So he's essentially done the same thing. There's a couple of questions with this one.
Well, interesting.
Yeah, exactly. Both at SummerSlam. Yeah. Obviously, 2002, Brock Lesnar beats The Rock for the title, sets him up to become the next big thing. SummerSlam is Brock's pay-per-view. I would happily say this is Brock Lesnar's pay-per-view. Yeah, Mr. WrestleMania, Shawn Michaels, and Mr. SummerSlam, Brock Lesnar. Is Brock now gone for good? Is he done so? He's a Vince guy. He walked out, quotation marks, when Vince retired. I don't say fired. When Vince retired, came back. Could have been a work. Who knows? Is Brock done for good? Is he finally, I'm hanging my boots up?
He's having too much fun. I can't see him walking out. He's legitimately had the best run of his career.
He was a crazy Vince guy, though. Like, he was very much like he only spoke to Vince. He didn't speak to anyone else. And now he has to talk to Triple H. Not that's a bad thing. He probably has a good relationship with him. But
he has a good relationship, yeah. But I can't see him just walking out because of one person leaving. I mean, like your dad leaving, you know. Just, you'll be fine, mate. It's okay.
Bro, Vince ain't getting milk. He's getting fucking lawsuits, brother. That's a different thing altogether.
God damn. I mean, you are right. It's only one person, but he lost Paul. Paul's on the other side of the council now.
I mean, it's behind the scenes, though. Come on, man.
It's weird though, right? Because like I want to believe that this is the last Brock and Roman match, but I feel like the last time we were told that was never before, never again. John Cena versus The Rock, once in a lifetime. Next year, it fucking main events WrestleMania again. It's like, well,
you asshole.
You've lied to us.
You asshole. I didn't even like have that on my brain until you brought that up. I'm like, you're fucking right. They've done it before. I mean, last time was supposed to be the greatest wrestling match ever. It was right, or fucking what was it? The most.
Edge and Randy?
No,
Edge and
what was that
Randy?
Brock and Roman thing they fucking said it was going
That
to
was
be?
at Mania.
Yeah, they said it was going to be like the best.
last time ever or something.
It was
last
like the-
time, best ever. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Biggest
best.
WrestleMania match in history or
That's
some
it.
shit.
That's it.
Yeah,
And it was
that's
dog
all.
shit.
Yeah.
It was not good. Like it was the 10-minute match when Roman got hurt. And like
Yeah, he fucked up his arm. He couldn't really do much. It looked like a
Yeah.
balloon. That shit was scary.
this match did deliver. I'll say this much. I think this may have been their best meeting since WrestleMania
match.
31. And I'm a mark for Seth
You
Rollins.
reckon?
So 31 to me is just outweighed by the fact that Seth cashed in and the outcome was better. But
As a
it's-
moment, I'd say that Seth moment was probably the best, but match in general, no way.
it's probably sad to say, or it's pretty sad to say, when the time we enjoy Roman Brock the most was when they reversed the roles. Brock's the face, Roman's the heel. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Who would have thought they had to do that? But I don't know. It was a good match. Good ending to the show. I think all the pleasing victories happened tonight. The only thing I think that wasn't the Usos and Roman winning are the only non-faces winning. So we can't be mad about that. Is Roman going to drop these titles at Cardiff to Drew? Or are we going to get a Theory cash in and he's going to be the mega heel because it's in Cardiff? Like Drew hits the Claymore and then you get A-Town down and the fans lose their fucking mind because he's legitimately going to get shit thrown at him because he's the biggest heel move ever. Drew in Cardiff, in Wales, in Europe, hits the Claymore and it looks as if Roman is actually 1, 2, 3 down. Usos are both laid out at ringside and Theory's
What about
music hits.
What about a double title switch?
What do you mean?
Drew wins, gets that pop,
And then
and then
Theory
while
cashes in.
everyone's buzzing, excited, Theory comes out.
Holy fuck, you want the double pop, like the
double
mega
pop.
heel move.
Like,
Okay.
oh, we're excited! Yeah, homeboy won. Oh, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah, okay. I mean, look, I do
now I want
think
to go home angry.
I do think it's Cardiff where Theory cashes in. Especially after he didn't successfully do it last night. But I'm not decided if it's going to be on Roman or Drew yet. I think Roman drops those belts. But who's it going to be too? Like Theory's the face of the company. He's the future of the company. So
Is he
I
still
can
the
see,
future of
like-
the company?
I
I
think
can
so.
see like
Yeah.
two different things happening, right? I can see Theory cashing in, not winning, and maybe like Drew pins Theory, so Roman still looks strong,
Hmm.
but he's also lost the titles. I can also see like Brock coming out, maybe his music hits and he goes on the stage, or maybe just like attacks Roman. Roman loses the title that way. And maybe like Theory can cash in fucking later on, hold the briefcase for a bit. Either way, Roman loses the title, but it's like I was very confident when Vince was there that Theory could win the titles, but like now with Triple H being in charge, I kind of feel like that's different. Like
Yeah.
when Theory was under Triple H, he was in the way. Wasn't really doing much.
He's the
and now,
bodyguard,
like-
really, yeah.
Yeah. So now that Hunter has like the whole fucking just everything, I don't know. I kind of feel like he gets that back to the mid card.
I'm still an avid believer, and I'll this is a hill I will die on. The way that Roman loses this title is because of The Rock, and it's a music pop. It's not even appearance. It's just a music pop. It's the easiest way to get the fans lose their fucking mind for them just to be Claymored or be
I could just
cashed
see
in on.
Theory doing that as a fucking bait.
Yeah, I mean exactly, but it still
It's
would be
the way he is.
it still would be a Roman Rock thing, right? I mean,
It would be technically.
Mania Hollywood has to still be Roman Rock. I'm just gonna put that out there. It has to still be that. They have legitimately now 9 months to work towards that. That's enough time. That's more than enough time. Actually, less than that. Probably like 8 months. It's more than enough time though. They only need to start building around December for that to really be a believable feud. We know Rock's not going to work from December through April. That's 5 months or 4 months. He's not going to do that.
Wasn't the Rock's
It's way too
debut at
much.
Survivor Series or some shit?
Yes, it was.
So maybe start building from there?
And I think that's after Cardiff. I think it's Cardiff Survivor Series, and then they go into the Extreme Rules, I think, if they haven't done it already. Or
So
whatever the fuck's in
realistically,
there.
we could get that music pop at Cardiff, but then we get an actual appearance at Survivor Series for
Yeah.
that anniversary of The Rock.
And it could be a very much like a like the whole. You remember Shawn Michaels Undertaker when Shawn had to get his rematch. He just had to get it.
Yeah,
and
had
he,
to get
he
it.
came up under the chamber and sweet chinned him, and
Yeah,
Jericho won the
chamber, yeah.
championship. Like it could be a similar thing. Like Roman has to get his match. He will do whatever it takes to get this match against The Rock because The Rock cost him his babies, his championships, and The Rock thinks he is the head of the table, and Roman wants to be the head of the table. I think it could build to it perfectly. If it happens at Cardiff, if it happens at Survivor Series, I don't know, but I think Roman is not walking out of Cardiff as champion. If it's Theory, awesome. I will fucking be happy. If it's Drew, it is what it is. I'm not a big Drew guy, but I would like that pop for him because he didn't get it at WrestleMania 36 thanks to COVID. He got shit on, and then the year after he lost to Bobby in the first opener, and then the year after he versus Baron Corbin. So not a lot of good things happening here, but I would like it to happen. I think SummerSlam overall good show. You felt the Triple H influence a lot, actually, given the opener. You felt it a lot. I'd give it like a 4.1 out of 5 if I had to actually rate out of 5 stars. And it only misses out a little bit because there's a few matches I thought they missed on. But it was nearly a perfect pay-per-view for me. I really, really thoroughly enjoyed it.
You could tell this was a Triple H like pay-per-view, right? Because there was also multiple promos on the show. We had Riddle come out do a promo. We had Drew come out do a promo to the crowd. And
yeah, true. Actually, I didn't even mention those. The Riddle Seth thing was a little how you going, but the Drew thing was fucking awesome.
I don't think we've had that on a pay-per-view in a very long time as well. So
100%. It was a good
really
promo
cool
too.
and really
Yeah.
different. Felt good. Felt refreshing.
It was a very we're seeing Brock and Roman for the first time ever in Tennessee. Like it was like a meme promo.
Yeah.
So it was a very Triple H in DX promo. So yeah, good shout. I actually forgot about that. So worth mentioning. Watch that promo if you haven't already. But yeah, not a bad show. I say like 4.1 out of 5 stars. I don't know. I don't think it can get higher than that. I think maybe even a 3.8 would be like, okay. But I went up that extra 3 just because I really liked the booking in the start match. So Jordan, what are you giving it out of 5?
So I was just thinking with like going back to the cash in and stuff. The only reason they've got like the titles like I guess dual held is to make like the bloodline look strong, right?
Yeah.
So does that mean like we could have both results of what we were saying? Drew wins one, Theory wins the other. That way Roman loses both titles, because I feel like
you could if you put both on the line. If it's not like the Brock match where it was like for the undisputed Universal Championship, because that's the one title, even though it's both, it's the one. If this says for the Universal and for the WWE Championship, like for both, then yeah, you could definitely do that. Theory could catch in for one.
Because the Usos have only been defending one title at a time.
Yeah.
So,
against the Profits, it was an undisputed championship match for the tags. Yeah, but they fucking lost anyway. So. But you're right, they could do that. If they split those titles up again, you could have both. You could have Drew win and Theory cash in. You're spot on with that.
Yeah. But rating wise, probably like a 4.4. Like it was a
4.4. Sheesh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Super important pay-per-view. I think have we ever had a pay-per-view where Vince had nothing to do with it?
No, I don't think so. Not since he took over for his dad. So
yeah, this was a very important pay-per-view.
And
I mean, like, other than the Seth shit, which like throughout the entire pay-per-view, like, oh, he's gonna have a match with Gargano, and it just turns out he attacks Riddle again, and then just like fucks off. It's like, well, sure, but like everything else, other than like the live match, I guess, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Like it was predictable what was going to happen in certain parts, but like everything that happened in the match was still really good.
Yeah.
Fucking flip in the ring. Can't believe that shit actually happened.
Yeah, that was fucking
like
insane.
I was just saying it for a minute. It's like this motherfucker's going into it. He's flipping it.
And then it fucking happened.
And then it happened. It's like, holy shit.
Then it fucking happened. I just got to point out. I just got a Twitch follower as you were saying that. So you've been shut up, bitched.
Oh, all right, fair.
I have my alerts on apparently. So I mean, you still heard what you said, but then at the very end, it went, "Shut up, bitch." So that's just that's
nice.
That's the segue to go to Frog. Frog, what are you rating it?
Because it was a good show, I would probably say 4.2.
Yeah,
like there was, like I said, like you guys said as well, you know, Liv Morgan and stuff. I think even like the Street Profits, like that was a good match, but there wasn't much memorable shit in it. So
yeah, I think the matches on paper awesome, and
the matches that I remember and that stuff, it was great.
When you do go rewatch it, you're going to be like, oh, like this was a great match. But to think about it now, the day after, we haven't rewatched anything. The day after, I forget spots in those matches. So you're right. I think overall that gets like a fucking like a 4.2 of an average rating, because Jordan was 4.4, I'm 4.1, you're 4.2. So it gets like a 4.25 as average rating. That's pretty fucking good for the first pay-per-view without Vince there, and the first one run by Hunter. So I mean, it's a 4.2 out of 5 stars. That's almost 100%, which is pretty fucking impressive considering a lot could have gone wrong. They could have done the dumbest shit in the world. Could have brought back the Fat Clown. Could have brought back the Fiend. I would have fucking hated it. Would have hated it. Bray Wyatt, on the other hand, I'm okay with that. But the Fiend, fuck off. I don't want that shit. Before we wrap up, I have one more thing to talk about.
Oh, no.
And that is what happened today, which is Ric Flair's last match. I have a couple lines, right? A couple lines. I'll read these as I've written them. Ready? Missed a fair chunk of the card, but it wasn't important, so it's fine. That's the first thing I've written. The card wasn't great. Good matches, but it wasn't great. I wasn't entertained by like reading it on paper, being like, I have to watch this. Instead, I was like, whatever. Lots of notable WWE/AW names in attendance, and they did videos. Sting, Cody Rhodes, JR, Taker, Foley, Bret Hart. They're all there. Rick Blades, which is cool. We thought he would. It's his last match. He blades. Yeah. He fakes a heart attack in front of his partner.
That was fucked up, by the way. I went back and watched the reactions of like Undertaker, Mick Foley,
and they didn't know.
The crowd.
They didn't know. They're like, "What the fuck? Is he actually having a heart attack?" Man fakes a
Yeah.
heart attack and it's like and then pokes Jay Lethal in the eye. Like typical Ric Flair, awesome
Yeah,
move, but at the same time, tell your partner that you're in front of her. I'm talking
Yeah.
at the railing in front of her. Like what the fuck? So nice. He then genuinely looks like he's dead. Like he looks like he's dying in the ring.
Legit.
Probably not a good thing to say on Twitch, but on YouTube, but he looks like he's dying in the ring. Blood going everywhere.
Trying to put on the
Not moving too well.
right?
Yeah, he's not moving too well. Trying to put the brass knucks on, and his hands are just all fucking floppy.
No,
Didn't look well. He wins the match with the worst pin combination I've ever seen. He puts a figure 4 on Jeff Jarrett, and I guess a famous Jim Crockett Promotions ref comes down to the ring. I didn't know him, but I don't watch that. Comes down to the ring, and he counts 1, 2, 3. It's a figure 4. What are you counting?
Yeah.
What are you counting? Both shoulders on the mat too. Rick's laid out. Fucking, I'm dead. Jeff Jarrett's laying down so he can be tapped out, and it's double pinfall. And then they announce that Ric Flair and Andrade El Idolo win. Huh? I'm fairly certain that's a double count out, and it's a draw. So Rick, you fucked your last match, Chief. Nice. Then cuts a
Should've kept
promo.
it to fucking Shawn Michaels, dude.
Yeah, right. Should have kept it with Sean.
Ah.
He cuts a promo swearing and saying all this shit like, I won't ever die. I'm going to go fucking drink with Kid Rock and all this kind of stuff. Just being a typical Ric Flair entertainer, I guess. We don't get Charlotte. We do get Karrion Kross and Scarlett behind him because all the talent are out there and they were on the show. And important to note, he did walk out with the big gold belt, the original big gold belt, which was cool. That was probably the coolest thing of that match.
Yeah.
He had the big gold belt in between his robe, and it was like the original one, and everyone was marking out for it, which is awesome. Now bring it back to WWE. So like, it was all right. It was worth watching. I'm glad I didn't stream for it. I won't lie. I'm glad I didn't do watch along for it because I was pretty fucking bored for some of those matches. I just wasn't interested. No storylines. You knew belts wouldn't change hands. I guess Jeff Jarrett's heel work was cool when he was fucking assaulting the crowd. I probably shouldn't like that, but he's like fucking pushing over people in the crowd. I don't know if it's a work or a shoot or what, but Jeff Jarrett was not happy.
Yeah.
I know he pushed Ric Flair's son-in-law, the Conrad Tuck or whatever his name is. So, but not a bad match. So.
Is that a shoot or not? So
yeah, the fucking what was it? The
Megan.
Yeah, the
Megan
daughter,
Blair,
the eldest
Blair.
daughter. Yeah, she grabbed Karen Jarrett's hair and was like pulling it and like trying to legit rip her hair out. And then Karen Jarrett's like, "I'll fucking kill you, bitch!" Like, huh? This is wrestling, dude. What the hell? But it is Ric Flair. It was him booking this. We know what he's like. He likes edgy stuff. He's a fucking weirdo. So. Officially done. Officially in the books. Ric Flair's career's done. We hope.
Bro,
I mean, it was all
right
right.
now, next year, we're getting another match. I'm calling it right now.
You're going to get You Thought I Was Dead or something.
We will get a match every single year until that man passes away. I'm calling it right now.
This man finna put on his own WrestleManias year after year after year. And it's going to be called Ricklemania. And it'll be Ricklemania ... You Thought I Was Dead. And the next one, Ricklemania, Back with a Vengeance. Like, he's just going to keep coming back, bro. Like, it's a horror movie beginning, bro. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, my God.
To be fair, seeing him in the ring again was pretty cool, but he did no offense. A couple chops, no moves. He took a suplex and then nearly died. So
that suplex was very fucking nice. Like he was held for a bit. He was in the air for like a good 3 seconds.
They had to pull him down off the top rope though, because they were going to superplex him, and then they were like, "No, we'll kill him. Let's put him back on the floor and just normal suplex him." So, but it was good. I did enjoy it. They cut the feed though when he was hugging Jay Lethal. So like, why do that? That's the important payoff.
Nice.
That makes Jay Lethal the face again. Instead, they're like, "Nah, fuck this. Cut the feed. We don't have time for this." Rick didn't pay us enough. So yeah, interesting. No image of Charlotte either, which I really thought we'd get because obviously she was there. He said my whole family's in attendance 3 times. He said that. So
yeah, trying to get a point across.
And then he's like, "But one wife." Like, oof, Jesus Christ, you didn't have to say that. You didn't have to do it like that, bro. Like I get it, but also fucking hell. So yeah, I mean, hey, it is what it is. I'm glad I paid $20 USD for it because like that's pretty cheap pretty cheap to watch the last ever match. But if he comes back this time next year and does Ricklemania, I'm asking for a refund from a year ago. So but yeah, that's officially the wrap up of our first, not
Let's
first,
go, baby.
of our first reiteration of the 4th attempt at a podcast. Nice. This is probably the roughest it will ever run because it's the first, obviously, and it runs pretty smooth because we've all known each other forever. All of us can talk about wrestling for the longest time ever, and you know, Frog had his cat in the room at the start of it, and now it's gone. So I think this ran okay. This ran okay. I think it ran well. If you guys enjoyed it, please do leave a like, a comment, a subscribe, all that kind of stuff. You know the drill on YouTube. This will be promoted on all of our individual socials as well, so make sure you check them out as well. We're all pretty active on our socials. Oh wait, George's still here. So,
Hey, hey, my Twitter game's looking pretty good, all right?
yeah,
Twitch,
George the Twitter King.
Twitter's pretty good.
George the Twitter King. Frog. Actually, I say Frog's the Twitch King because I've been taking more days off recently, and then I've been on the YouTube grind a lot recently. So make sure you check out all those socials down below. All our Discords are there. The Dropkickz Discord is officially back and active. This will be posted in there. We're also going to have a segment called Q&A where you can ask us questions about anything. Whether it's like, did you enjoy Ric Flair blading? Does Frog wear pants during these shoots? Anything. Doesn't matter.
Fuck, we're going to get asked some dumb shit.
You can let us know. We will take discretion to pick and choose those questions, but you can ask us anything as long as it's YouTube friendly. And there's a lot of shit we can say on here because we're not monetized yet. We probably won't even really put monetization on this channel because what's the point? We don't really want to do this for money. We're doing this because we enjoy talking about wrestling. So I appreciate you guys.
We're doing it for the money, matey.
Yeah, that's like shots at Goddess. He won't make it through an hour recording, so it's fine to say this at the very end. Yeah, I appreciate everyone who did come by for the SummerSlam watch-alongs and who has supported Dropkickz from its inception. I think we're closing in on like 100 subs on the channel, and we've only posted probably 3 videos that actually had decent content. There's a couple of videos that I just throw together like, here you go, we were playing Parsec. No introduction, just Parsec. So this is one of the first ones with cameras on, first podcast on this channel, and expect this weekly, maybe bi-weekly, maybe 2 a week. I'm not sure what we're doing here. I think we're doing 1 per week. Probably too much information to talk about, considering that's an hour for just SummerSlam and Ric Flair's last match. If you think about it, that would probably be Raw and NXT and then SmackDown and AEW. So maybe we'll break it up into 2. We'll see what our recording schedules are like, though. We don't know. We're all pretty busy people. Jordan's got a lot of pussies around him. Because he's got a cat, too.
Look at a smile.
Name's Maddie.
Apple! Nice!
It's not fucking Apple!
Apple!
No.
Yeah, Apple. Nice. We're in an Apple mode, bro. I'm going to get a cat's head and put an apple on it. What the fuck? I don't deserve that. Let us know your thoughts on SummerSlam down below. Thank you guys for watching on behalf of everyone involved in this recording, including No Goddess. Thank you. We appreciate you. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.